Primo's Hunting. Stream the language.
Hey, I'm Lake Pickle with Primo's Hunting, and today I want to talk to y'all about making the most out of small acreage in terms of whitetail hunting. Most of us, I would say definitely most of us, are not in a position where we have just thousands of acres to hunt on. Don't ever think that you're at just this huge disadvantage or that you have less chances of killing a good deer because you don't have just a running ton of land. There are plenty of things you can do to increase your chances and give you really a good chance to be successful and to consistently kill deer on even small acreage. One of the things you can do first off is when you're on those smaller pieces of ground, it's always a good thing, it's always good practice to hunt smart. Say you're in a situation where you don't know the surrounding landowners. You want to be extra careful with watching the wind. You want to be extra careful with how you access your stands. You want to be extra careful with how you recover deer. There's so many things you can do to minimize how much pressure you put on those deer. And the longer you can go without spooking a deer at all, the better off you are in the long run. Because if you're in like a really small piece of ground and you bump the deer, especially if you bump a good buck that you're after, chances are he might not come back. And if you do it, at a certain point of the season, he might not come back for the rest of the season. So it's just super important to hunt as smart as possible in situations like that. And I know that can be tough sometimes, especially if you've got weekends to hunt and when Saturday rolls around, the wind's not right, but you want to go hunting. If the wind's not right, it's just best practice to wait until the conditions are perfect. Another thing you can do is maybe hunt the fringes. You don't always have to get to the smooth interior of your place. If doing that increases your chances of bumping and spooking stuff. And so if you can kind of stick to the outside, it lessens your chances. And the last thing you can do, say you're in a situation where you're buying something or leasing something that's relatively small. Well, what you can do is to look for something that's got a thicket on it or something that has a really, really good bedding area on it. That's going to give you, regardless of how big your piece is, that's going to give you the opportunity to have a place that holds deer. I have a really good friend. He has a place and he has one food plot planted on it, and he only hunts it when the wind is absolutely right. He has, I believe, 2 or 3 more stands on the fringes of it. And he can kill 1 to 2 mature deer every year without fail because that place holds deer all year because of the bedding area, and he only hunts it when the conditions are absolutely perfect. So he does not bump anything, he doesn't spook anything. So once again, don't think you're at a disadvantage because you're stuck to small land, and don't think that you're going to be less successful because of that. There's so many things you can do to increase your chances for success. So get out there, hunt smart, and have fun.